YouTube channel. For those that are new to the channel, my name is Carolina. I am now a nurse. I graduated, finished my NCLEX not too long ago. I actually have a video about that if you guys want to see it. But before we start, make sure you guys subscribe below. I really appreciate it. But yeah. So let's get into this video, which we're going to talk about motivation. A lot of you guys have asked me if I ever thought that nursing was not for me, and I've actually thought about leaving nursing school, something my dad would have killed me about, but I've actually had to withdraw and put off nursing for a year because I was so stressed out. Like, I was in a bad relationship at the time. It sucked. I was in a bad relationship. I was living at home because my freshman year I lived at school and I had to end up switching over to commuting so I can save some money. I was working. All three things that sucked that just delayed me, but throughout that time I felt like nursing was no longer for me. It was so hard. Like, I thought people were kidding when they told me that nursing school was hard, and they definitely weren't. But yeah. But what helped me and what really made me get out of the gutter basically was just taking care of myself. So when I was damn near hit rock bottom, I was like, I'm gonna have to leave school. But then I sat down and I cried for days, but I decided that nobody's gonna do anything for me if I don't do it for myself. So that's rule number one. If you guys want to get something done, you need to do it for yourself. You guys can look at all these people and be like, I don't understand why she can do this or he can do this and I can't. I'm struggling. That's another thing, guys. You guys have to stop comparing yourselves to others. Okay? You are your own person. You guys were raised a different way. You guys grew up in a different neighborhood, have a different household, different circumstances. When I entered college, my dad wasn't working. My dad had a very bad work accident, hadn't been working for years. So I had to deal with that. My mom, I love my mom, but we have a very weird relationship. I'm not gonna really go into that. I didn't have a car, I didn't have any of this stuff, and I was just I don't understand why I couldn't have just been born into money, or I couldn't have just been given things the way that other people have been given things. But then I sat down, I centered myself, and with all those emotions flooding in, I was I need to stop. I had to take a break, and I had to really realize and look back and look at my options. I was if I don't do this for me now, later on the road, later on I'm gonna be stuck, and I don't ever want to be stuck. Okay, I had to really sit down and be what do I need to do? I needed to block everything out, stop looking at what everybody had, and stop thinking about what everybody was doing, and really sit down and figure out what I needed for myself. It's not easy, guys, and my entire life, I have worked very, very hard for what I have. I have a brand new car that I bought on my own. I worked full-time while in nursing school. I'm low-key crying. It's very hard, and I can't tell you what exactly to do. Oh my god, I'm crying. Oh yes, that's how serious I am. I can't tell you exactly what to do. I can tell you what I did, which is what I did. I stopped listening to everybody. I stopped comparing myself to other people. I stopped thinking about all the things that I could have had and all the things that I should have had. I stopped all that negative energy that I was giving off. And my support system was also awesome. I had a lot of friends in nursing school who was hey, why don't you just come study with us? hey, like, I'll give you some information and I'll help you out. And like my professor, like I had this one professor that like I was just sitting crying when I found out like I had to withdraw from fundamentals and just like put off nursing for a year. She was like, hey, like nothing's ever easy. She told me how she went through the same thing. She's like, if you really want to be a nurse and you know this is what you want to do, go for it. And Lord behold, like I was like, you want to know what, like, let's do this. It just, you need to have that little fire within yourselves to fight for yourself. Don't ever think that people are going to fight your battles. Like, no. Like, being independent and still being able to have friends and like making like people around you all so supportive of you and like having all those things is very, very important. Okay, just remember, don't ever think that just because you got stopped that you have to stay there. Like, no, don't ever think that. Like, with that mindset, you're never gonna get anywhere. Okay, working hard and putting in time and energy into everything that you do is definitely the key to your success. Okay, don't ever let anybody tell you that like, oh, that's way too hard, I don't understand why you're going to nursing school. Like, I've had people ask me like, how do I work all these crazy hours, still be able to hang out with my friends, have a relationship with my current boyfriend, and go to school and still get good grades. And like, they're like, how do you do it? And I'm like, I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for anybody at the moment. Like, you have to be selfish. Because at the end of the day, you're building your future. You're making sure that you're setting the foundation for your children. Okay? And like, of course, like right now I just finished my BSN, my bachelor's degree in nursing. That's not where I plan to stop. I actually plan to become a midwife. So like, I'm always going to know that I'm fighting for me, and I'm always going to know that no matter what, I always got this. Like, when you guys have that positive mindset and always look at everything in a positive way, it always goes a very long way, because things can always be worse. Like, yes, I failed that one nursing class, but I could have failed out of nursing school. Or yes, you failed out of nursing school, but you can still get into a different program, or you can still find something else that you love. Okay? Don't ever think that you need to stop. That's like my number one thing. Like, don't ever think that just because you got shut down one way that you need to stop completely. Like, don't ever let that define you, okay? Like, just always keep pushing. Like, life happens, things happen, but just know that you guys have to fight for yourselves, okay? But yeah, that's my little motivation. That's how I stayed motivated to do everything that I possibly could have done. But yeah, I know, I'm sorry I started crying, it was just emotional. But yeah, if you guys like this, or if you guys felt the same way, or you guys completely understand, give this video a thumbs up. If you guys feel like you have a classmate that's going through the same thing, please share the video. It might be helpful for them. Or even contact me if you guys feel like you need like an extra push in a way, and if I could help, I would definitely help, because I just don't want people to be alone, because I definitely feel the pain. Like, I've cried. I definitely felt like nursing wasn't for me, but I'm actually glad that I stuck it out, because like now, like, I'm happy about what I've accomplished, and like I'm happy that I'm able to make a YouTube channel to share my experience and actually be able to help others. Okay, so yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I really do hope that it helps you guys. Okay, bye.